Welcome back to the Latoons Army podcast. Today we got our guest Miyazaki. He's one of my close friends. How you doing, Miyazaki?
Hi. Doing very good.
Why don't you tell the viewers a little about yourself?
I'm a competitive player for Fortnite. I am very good mechanically and very good IGLing, and I enjoy shitting on control players. And to everyone that was top 10 last week, they're all fucking dog shit. That's it.
I like it. I like it. So, what's your thoughts on after next season? They delayed the season for right now. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, my thoughts are the FNCS solos. I'm gonna be looking forward to that because I'm trying to be a better solo player. Because I'm more of a team player
Absolutely.
as it is, and hopefully next season is not gonna be Atlantis themed, because if it is, I'm going to quit. But
That would be horrible.
so
Everything
it's pretty
underwater.
much
That
that.
will suck. And
Mm-hmm.
then FNCS solos. That's another tribute to that. I hope they fix controller by then. That's gonna be horrible. That'll
And I
just be
hope the
number.
point system is World Cup point systems.
Honestly, I wouldn't even be mad if they made it 2 points per kill. That still wouldn't be that bad. But 4 points per
Yeah.
kill, that's a lot. That's a lot of points per kill.
Yeah.
Like, that's ridiculous.
Definitely plenty of people wanna, that'd be key.
Oh, absolutely, and it's a little ridiculous. It makes everything a little unfair right now. That's
Mm-hmm.
well, hopefully they'll get everything together for next season since they delayed it. Hopefully they got some good plans for solos FNCS again, which I'm not very fond of. I'm not the greatest solo player in the world, but more of
Mm-hmm.
a team player. But I'm excited for chapter 2, season 4, trios FNCS. I'm very hyped for that.
I'm hyped for that too.
Trios, I think, is one of the best metas. Duos isn't bad. Squads is just pushing it. I think trios is the best number. I think it gets the most views on Twitch, YouTube, blah blah blah. But we'll see. We'll see where things come. So, what's your thought on this controller shit that's still going around, huh? We talked about it last time in the podcast, but I'd like to do a little brief on it.
Nothing much. But I'd just like to say that I think controllers should be nerfed, but as of the current state right now, it is completely broken, and I don't like it.
Yeah,
And pretty much,
I agree. 110%. Like they definitely need aim assist, but to a certain extent, that's a little too strong. And I still know some control players that play without aim assist, and they do very well. They keep up with me perfectly fine. Oh yeah, let's talk about this Clicks leaving Ninjas tournament early. My buddy brought that up. It's a good point.
I didn't really have a problem with it. Like, it was understandable.
Oh, absolutely.
There wasn't gonna be duos for a long time, so, and that's that. Sway and Clicks were gonna be like really for a duo for all upcoming events. So I guess I saw that as like a thing. Anyhow,
What's up?
I pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I'm not mad at him either at all. That's I look at
I
it
think
as
that's very understandable, and I don't know why.
since especially with the people he was
about it.
playing with, the format was horrible. Like we were playing on
Pubs. It was pubs.
squads
They couldn't wait
with
one
trios, and
Yep,
that
they
was
couldn't wait one day.
horrible. That was horrible, and it was Ninja's tourney. But hopefully, I'm excited to see what's gonna happen next. I hope he picks up a better team. The Clicks is an amazing player. Not a fan of him, but he's an amazing player. And then Zexro, did you get to see the clip of Zexro at the end?
For Zextra's inappropriate language during the Ninja interview, I think it went way out of line. It's because it was like, it's because the interview people were like more like family friendly, and you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, I agree.
And that's that it's Ninja's tournament, so it is family friendly as it is.
I thought it was funny, but it was definitely
I
inappropriate.
completely what he said about what he completely said during the interview, I completely agree with, but I just don't think it was the appropriate place or like to talk about it. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. Oh, we'll see.
But
He's
other
no
than
longer
that,
allowed in the events though. I think that's might be a little pushing it a little too much.
yeah, pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
And do you think we can get a guest?
A guest right now. The guest you're talking about has already been in this. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. All right, so what's your guys' thoughts on the Recon X for coming back? That was a very OG skin. I seen some guy made a YouTube video about him crying and all his buddies crying. I think that was a little
Yeah, I
overboard.
can't believe you guessed that. I think like they did it because actually I have no idea why they did it. Like you could think that they did it to like fix their game or something, but it didn't really do much.
Let me tell you, I haven't taken that skin off since it came out. Love that skin.
Yeah, I think I think it is a payday for Epic just because they added a super rare skin back to the shop. But although the skin is really cool for it to bring back up, but I think it's gonna be really sad to see it let go from the OG community for the skin. You know,
Oh, absolutely.
because
It does suck they didn't get an OG style. That does suck.
yeah, which I was hoping for because you know the rarity could still be like a thing for them.
Absolutely, but I
Which
do
they
also think that the rarity for a skin should not be a thing. I don't think any skin deserves a rarity, but hey, if they did it once, why wouldn't they keep on going? And nope, they stopped after they let out the rare skin of them all.
Yep. But I think one last thing about it is that I think the OG people should deserve the OG rarity because if you think about it, they've been playing the game since day one, and they're still been playing it for 3 years. So I think they deserve a little bit.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's definitely sucks. It really does suck, but I know I've had a couple skins that come out that were rare, very rare, and they came out and they just kind of right on me. Like Nick A30 skin, everyone knows that skin. That was one of my favorite skins, and they brought that back, which that sucks. The Heidi skin, another one of my favorite skins, they brought that back. Right now, I'm sitting in another rare skin. I don't like it, so I won't be mad if it comes back, but it will be sad. That's for sure. Rare skins definitely needs to be a thing. It brings hype. I think releasing them eventually is a good idea. It's obviously a nice payday for Fortnite. They definitely need it sometimes, but yeah, we'll see what they
They
do next.
definitely don't need it.
Well, for the way the state of Fortnite is, they are losing a lot of players. They are losing a lot of players to Valorant, but Valorant right now on Twitch is dying really bad. I'm gonna try pulling up the numbers here real quick and see what the numbers are because I think this morning when I checked, there was 3,000 people watching Valorant. Valorant right now, 2.6 thousand people watching Valorant, 189,000 watching Fortnite still. Like that's
Valorant
crazy.
did die on Twitch.
Yeah, hold on. I'll bring it up on stream real quick, so you guys can believe me. Yeah, look at that. It's Fortnite 189, Valorant 2.6. They're all quitting for Valorant, but I told everybody this the day that game came out. That game's going to die. No, I'm sorry, chat. I'm trying to figure out that game. Yeah, that game's going to die. It's not a good game. It's horrible. Everyone's like, oh, it's because you have bad aim. No, the game really is boring as hell. Like, it's a 6v6. You get one life, and it's like CSGO. You might as well play CSGO. CSGO is a lot of fun, and you got options there.
And I think it's more realistic, and
Yeah,
if you
the
think
game's
about
horrible.
like what's it called? Valorant's like more of a ripoff of Rainbow because it has their own like specialist abilities,
Oh, absolutely. I agree.
and a ripoff to Fortnite because of the cartoonish way it looks, and most of, one of the maps on Valorant is very similar to the OG map Dust, which has been out for over almost 13 years on CS:GO.
Oh, yeah. I would like to see Rainbow Six come back in action. I think that's a really good competitive game. That game was...
In terms of competitive, it is very fun to watch, but in terms of casual, it is fun to play as well. It's just sometimes like
nothing like Fortnite.
when you're in a competitive game, if you die, it's just gonna take forever because of the mechanics and the meta that it's going through. And I think it's good because all specialists have new abilities that will counter the other specialist abilities. So pretty much.
Absolutely. We're gonna talk for another minute or two because we're trying to keep we're gonna want to shorten the podcast from last time because last time it's just The view time I was looking at, a lot of people were saying about like the 15-minute mark, so we're gonna keep it underneath 15 minutes from now on. We're sorry to do that, but if the podcasts keep getting better and better, we'll start releasing them longer because I know Banks then their podcast theirs will go for an hour. I'll listen to the whole thing. Like it's entertaining, but it's just small community. Not a lot of people are gonna completely watch, so we're just gonna keep the numbers down. We're gonna talk for like another minute or two, and then we're gonna wrap things up. But anything else you want to talk about?
I would love to talk about the trio cash cups and the
That'll be
and
interesting.
not FNCS, but cash cups.
I really hope they don't do the 2-round thing, but at the same time, I think I hate it, and I think it's a good thing at the same time. It's just I hate it because I get top 1,000 every time. You need top 200. Like that's tough. That's not easy because you got dumbasses that know they're not going to qualify and just W key just to ruin your game, and that's happened a couple times where I'm top 200 at the time, and then they just get W key 2 games in a row because they know there ain't qualifying. Which definitely sucks.
I agree with that, and that has happened to me on multiple occasions where I did find this guy's Twitter and I blocked him, so there's nothing you can do now.
Yeah, what was it last week? You guys had 3 wins in a row and didn't qualify, or so, or 4 wins in a row and didn't qualify. Like
yeah. So in a cash cup, the previous guest was Cove, and me and Cove are a duo, and well, not anymore because duos is but for now we're just keeping it low key. But we didn't qual, but I think we should have. It's just we were lacking eliminations, but we played it super safe and we won 3 games in a row. And on our 4th game, we got 4th place, and that's all the games we played. And we're an hour late, and we killed Brecky, which is a very underrated Fortnite player with 300,000 subscribers.
Oh, yeah.
He does not get a shout out because he has a lot of subscribers. So, although that, I think we performed very well by far by playing safe and doing that.
Yeah,
but
securing
in
those
terms
dubs,
of-
but that's definitely not fair. It definitely should not be a thing. Like I said, kills don't need to be worth as much. Wins need to be worth a lot. Like I think that'll make the games from being 30 people in game to like 60, 70, like Storm Surge every game. But we'll see.
which I'm very excited for. But although cash cups are mostly W King, I would like to see the Storm Surge more inputted into the cash cups, and I think that'd be a really cool thing.
Oh, absolutely. I 100% agree.
I think that wraps it up. Don't you
No,
think?
absolutely, yeah. You wanna shout out your Twitter, YouTube, anything you got?
Just my Twitter, but link in the description. But I'll say it anyways. My is AA_Miyazaki. MIYAZAKI. Pretty much. That's my Twitter. Thank you very much for having me as a guest, Legends.
Absolutely. Hopefully, we'll see you here next week again. Hopefully, we can continue having you as a guest, get other people in, because the guests obviously they choose and pick when they want to come, which that's not what we're doing here. But we'll see you next week. Next week Friday. Don't forget the sub. I forgot. Don't forget the sub.